Okay, so our next unit is factoring by greatest common factor. This is chapter 8, section 2. Here's what I need for you to be able to look at first is we have just variables. I'm only going to look at the variable situation. I have AB plus AC. And we've worked with greatest common factors, and if I say what's common between both of these terms, you can say A is common between both terms. So I'm going to take out the A, and I'm going to leave the BC, B plus C, in parentheses. Okay, this is kind of going full circle. If I start with this, you would tell me that I would distribute the A, and then that would give me the AB plus AC. But now I'm going to factor the A, and that gives me A within parentheses B plus C. So here we have where I would simplify this situation would be factoring. So two different things there. So let's look at the first example. I have 4x squared minus 3x. I'm going to find the greatest common factor between these two terms. And you guys that are in the room, you can answer this while I'm asking this out loud. What's common between both of these terms? X. Okay. You can say it loud and proud there. X is common. So I'm going to take out the X, or I'm going to divide out the X. Whenever I divide X out of this term, I'm left with 4X. And then if I divide X out of this term, I'm left with negative 3. Okay? So I'm going to divide that out of each term and pull that X out right there, leave it outside of the parentheses. And inside the parentheses, I have what's left over, the remaining. So I can go back and check it and distribute the X and check over it again. This is kind of working backwards. X times 4X gives me the 4X squared minus X times 3 gives me 3X. So you always, the good thing is that you can always check over these problems. You're just kind of ending up where you started. Okay, try another one on your own. We're going to do number 2, 10y cubed plus 5xy. The first thing that you want to be able to do is find the greatest common factor. Greatest common factor in this one is 5y. So I'm going to divide 5y out of each term. When you divide 5y out of this first term, what are you left with?
2y squared.
Okay, 2y squared. And if you divide 5y out of this term, what are you going to be left with?
X.
Okay. And that's what we have left in parentheses. Okay, so I'm factoring. Factoring is pulling out that common term. And then whatever's left over stays in the parentheses. Okay, next one is going to be a little similar to that one. I have 10y cubed plus 20y squared minus 5y. I'm going to find the greatest common factor between all three of these terms. And what would that be? What would it be? Ava? 5y. Okay, so I'm going to take out that 5y and divide each term by 5y. Okay, ready? Are y'all participating with me over here? Yes? What would be left if I divide by 5y?
2y squared.
Okay. What would be left whenever I divide by 5y?
4y.
And then?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Good. So, and make sure that you put that because 5y divided by 5y is 1. If I don't put anything, then you're telling me that that equals 0, and that's not true. So make sure that you put the 1. Kind of holds that spot. Okay? Next one, negative 12x minus 8x squared. Write that one down. What is your greatest common factor between both terms?
Negative x.
What is it?
Negative 4x.
Negative 4x. Now, some people want to know, when do you pull out a negative? If all of the terms are negative, then you're going to pull out a negative number. Okay? If there's one positive term, like just positive, then you can't pull out a negative number. Okay? Whenever I divide by negative 4x, out of each term I get 3 plus 2x. That's going to go inside the parentheses, and negative 4x is onto the side. Now, always, the one good thing about this in math is that you can go back and check. Checking is important. So I'm going to check by distributing that negative 4x, and I should get what I began with. Okay? Last one, I have 5x squared plus 7. What is your greatest common factor here? What is it? So you can say 1, but if I divide by 1 on each one of these terms, what's going to happen? Nothing. It's going to keep the same. So I'm going to say that this is factored. So in the blank, you can say factored. Okay? In a second, we're going to look at the other 3 ways of factoring.